98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Here it is. It's Tuesday, December 20th at 7:39, coming up on 7:40. And, of course, we have Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto from Cinema Vet on the line. Good morning, Dr. Jaimie. How you doing?
Hey, good morning.
Good.
I'm great. How are you?
Happy holidays.
They're here.
They're here. That's what we're going to talk about today because, it's this time of year when you see a lot of social media reminding people not to give the gift of an animal. It has to be a well thought out thing. So what I want to talk about this morning, basically the pros and cons of giving a gift of said animal. A lot of people, puppies, I guess, kittens, maybe rabbits, I don't know, mixed bag. Mostly you have to be careful from what we understand as a layperson, not a vet. You just have to be careful and you have to be ready for the commitment. So let's talk about the cons first, because I think if I'm correct, there are probably more cons to this concept than pros, but I think there are pros. Mm-hmm. I really do. So let's talk cons first about gifting an animal for Christmas. And it doesn't matter whether it's puppy, cat, whatever. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right on. Like, it sounds like a fun concept, but I think there are more cons than pros potentially. So, certainly it's one thing if you're maybe the parent and you want to gift a pet to your child or like have it be a family pet and then it's a surprise at Christmas time and you're fully prepared to take on that responsibility. That's one thing. But if you're gifting it to another person that maybe is not even aware that that could happen, if they're not ready for a pet and then now they're having this responsibility for this another living being, they need a lot of attention. They need food. They need medical care. Dogs need to be walked and played with and have, they all need to bond with their family and have a lot of attention. And, a lot of people really, when the newness wears off, they don't want to continue doing that for, a potentially 10 to 15-year commitment. And then that's when a lot of the animals wind back up in the shelters a few months after Christmas, and it's really sad.
Would you recommend, it's interesting, you just said something that kind of, after the newness wears off. After the newness, is it, if you want to do something like that, would fostering an animal kind of help the situation a little bit or is that a bad idea as well?
No, I think fostering is a really good idea because it helps out that rescue or that shelter for you to foster that pet in your home. It helps the pet because they get to be in a home and aren't, in a kennel all the time. And then, if you're really uncertain if you want to have that long-term commitment, fostering would definitely help you solidify, your decision on that, whether this is something for you and you want one of your own. Maybe you can foster to adopt, or maybe this particular animal isn't the right one for you, but then you know more what you need and what you're looking for. Maybe you want a dog that's more sedentary than one that's more active, So I think that's a great idea.
Well, there are all different kinds of pets, all different kinds. Including things that I don't really consider pets, like reptiles and stuff. Well, if you have to have it in a cage all day, even a fish, I don't know. I don't see them as being pets. This is just me. This is Tori speaking. But, a pet to me is something you can, cuddle and take care of and walk and, play with. That's more of a pet to me than just watching a fish in a tank or anything in a tank, a reptile, whatever. However, having said that, what do you think if someone is determined to buy the gift of a pet this season? What's the best one to buy?
I think that's a hard question because it all depends on the person, I think, really. So, I really don't think that giving a gift of a pet to someone else as a complete surprise is ever a good idea. So,
even if it's
feeling out the situation, kind of getting an idea of what they want, what they're interested in beforehand, it is always better. So, as much as it sounds fun to be 100% surprised, it never really ends well.
Yeah. Okay. So, really, are there any pros at all? Because I started with the cons because I knew,
right.
I'm seeing on social media a lot. And this happens at Easter time too. We're warned, don't buy the chicks, don't buy the rabbits for Easter. We're kind of warned about that. But we started out with the cons. Are there any pros at all of gifting a pet for Christmas?
Well, I think if you've done your research and you know that this person wants this animal, then that can be a fun surprise, but it's just a matter of you want to make sure first. You want to do your research first. But, and again, if you are the one buying this animal for your own family and you're going to be responsible for it, you've made that commitment, and then surprising your whole family on Christmas, is a very fun thing. Having a new animal of any kind is always very exciting. It's a bonding time for the family. So I think there can definitely be pros.
And once you get the new pet, what do you suggest? What do you suggest as far as veterinary care? Do you go to the vet before you give the pet, or directly after? Like, what's the timetable?
So if you have time, like let's say you're getting this pet for your own family, then I think if you have time to take it to the vet before the big presentation, I think that's a great idea, just so you can make sure that this animal is fully healthy. There's nothing you need to worry about. There's no problems that would, preclude you from giving this gift and having everyone fall in love with it. And then, there's a problem a week later. You would hate to have that happen that you didn't know about. But that's not always possible. So I would say, in general, getting that animal in fairly soon after you gift it would be good, just to set up care, do a wellness visit, and then, we're always big advocates for seeing that animal at least once a year. Exactly.
And you can do that. You can conveniently do that at Cinema Vet on Cinema Drive. The number is 661-253-9300. You have a team of doctors. You, I believe, take care of the dogs and cats, and then you have another doctor who takes care of the rodent and reptile types?
Yeah. So
you know I don't like the R word. I can't even say it.
Dr. Wheelbarger sees dogs, cats, pocket pets, birds, and reptiles. So, and then there's 3 of us total. So between the 3 of us, we can sort of cater to all your animal needs.
And if you're determined to get that new pet for Christmas, talk to the team at Cinema Vet so you are prepared at 661-253-9300. Dr. Jaimie, thank you so much. Have a wonderful holiday, and we will see you in a couple of weeks.
That sounds good. Thank you so much.